Hey, everybody, and welcome once again to another edition of the Chris Rose Football Show with C.J. Uzomah. Let's welcome in the New York Jet, currently sitting at 6-3. You guys are on your bye week, aren't you?
We are. It's big time.
Oh man, we got a lot of ground to cover. It's been a few weeks since we've said hello, but let's start with your jersey of choice. That is your alma mater. What do we got working here?
We got a nice little hockey kit. I got it from the Auburn University Hockey Club. I saw that they had it was actually on Facebook. I'm never on Facebook, by the way, but
yeah.
One of my friends is, and he like sent me a post. I was like, you have to get one of these because I have a couple of Jackson Hole Moose jerseys. And so, yeah, I went on and I hit them up and they sent this to me, and it's next level. I love it.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. I mean, I was thinking to myself, that does look like a hockey sweater.
Oh yeah.
And there's no way people in Auburn, Alabama know anything about hockey. Do they?
I mean, we have a club. so they might know a little bit, but outside of the club, no shot. There's no way.
Hey, have you been to a New York Rangers game yet?
I have. I actually went to the playoff game last year.
Oh.
I got to go to a first round playoff game, which was awesome. It was electric. It was insane.
It's good atmosphere, isn't it?
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah. You guys obviously hit the bye at the perfect time. What are you going to do? Are you just going to chill? Are you going to, because I know that you're the sort of guy who your mind's always racing. You want to be doing something, but you're also veteran enough to know it ain't a bad thing if I just chill on this couch for a little while with my pooch and call it a day.
Yeah, no, I am going to chill. He's actually I think I'm going to go to Nashville. I made that decision like today. That I'm going to probably get the first flight out tomorrow morning, and just relax in Nashville and in the place in Nashville, and I'll have him there too. So, like you said, it'll be a lot of chilling, a lot of relaxing by the pool. It should be decently warm in Nashville, enough to kind of like dip in the pool for a little bit, and yeah, just kind of just eat some food and hang out.
How mentally exhausted are you after 9 weeks now?
I'm not really mentally exhausted. It's just physically, this is the perfect having a bye quite literally in the middle of the season is the best thing in the entire world. Like that's all I was like talking to tight ends about. I'm like, this is perfect. Like you can't tell me there's a better time to have a bye. And then we have a Thursday night game before Christmas. I'm like, those are the two most beautiful times to have the games that we have and the buys that we have. So yeah, no, mentally I'm great. Physically, I'm like, this is necessary.
Okay. Now your doggy, you said traveling with you to Nashville, but you're flying.
No, yeah, there's a service that we use, and they'll drive your pup. So he's gonna get picked up tonight, and then he'll be there tomorrow morning.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know how that worked.
Well,
come here, Sydney. I've got a little dog, so come here, baby.
The little dog you could fly with, probably. Like it's probably easier to fly with, right?
I've never flown with her. She's been strictly a Southern California dog. So
okay,
and we haven't gone anywhere for a long enough time to have to take her. She'll go up to grandma and grandpa's and just hang out up there.
Yeah. See, on like a commercial flight, you can't take 120-pound dog. No. And so I'm gonna get him trained to be a service animal. But the two times I've flown with him, I had to fly. I like wanted to. It was my first time ever flying private, and I was like, wow, this is like a great excuse for me to say that I have to fly private because it's my dog. And we went to Aspen, and then we went to Jackson Hole also, and he was great on the flight, and then he loved being in the snow, so obviously it was great there too. So yeah, he's pretty good on flights. It sucks. Commercial, there's no shot.
Listen, you signed a nice deal, but you ain't a quarterback, bro.
Exactly. Like hey, look, I'm not forking out that every single time. Like, sorry, buddy, you're gonna have to drive.
Yeah. I mean, those bills pile up quickly.
Very quickly.
So, you either better be Aaron Donald or a quarterback.
Or tackle. Tackles do it too.
Left tackle would have worked.
Exactly. I might put on some LB still.
When you're stop being able to run, nothing wrong with eating 17 meals a day, 6 milkshakes, and getting up to 294 and giving yourself a shot.
I will say, I mean, that's pretty on par with the diet now. So no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't do that. I couldn't get that big.
What do you weigh right now?
Right now I'm probably like I'm around anywhere from 250 to 255. But like I'll start off the week at 255, and then by game day I'm probably like either 250 or 248, maybe two. I mean, around there.
Yeah, it's interesting. So, I was doing battle bots for a couple of weeks out in Las Vegas, and there's a guy you used to compete against, Anthony Costanzo, left tackle for the Colts,
Yep.
who is he's a CAA guy, just like we are. He's a huge battle bots fan. So he had Ellie reach out. He and his wife flew out to Vegas, watched a couple days of battle bots. And I hadn't met him before. And I looked at him. I was like, geez, well, first of all, he's a monster. He's like 6'8".
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah, he's like you. You guys are walking giants. But he's now, he's slimmed down. And those offensive linemen go one way or another. Either they look like they put it on,
Yep.
or they get into fighting shape. And he's like 275 right now, carries it great. He said he played at like 294, 295, which is light for a left tackle.
Yeah, that's crazy. I thought, yeah, I mean, looking at him, I would think like 315, which isn't a bad thing. I just big. He's big. I thought,
Yeah.
That's what I feel like a normal, yeah, like tackle weight is like around 315, 305, maybe.
Yeah. And those guys, they cannot stop eating. They have to just keep throwing calories in their bodies, or else they'll dwindle down to nothing and they won't be able to do their job.
Yeah, and I couldn't, like, that's the part that I could not do. Like there are times like today I've eaten one time today, and I'm cool with that. Like that's like I'm a very I kind of there's certain times where I intermittent fast, and so I'm not a breakfast guy in general. I love breakfast food. Like I will smash some like eggs and pancakes and waffles, whatever, for lunch or dinner or whatever. But just in the morning, I'm never hungry. And so there are certain times like, and my nutritionist hates it. Like the Jets, Nikki hates it. She's like, have a shake, have something. And so she doesn't know this. I'll send this to her so she knows this now. But like I drink like a quarter of the shake and then I just throw it away. I'm just like, I can't stomach it. Like I can't do it. I don't want it. And then after practice, I'll eat. And the guys get on me because I love syrup. I love sugar. And so I'll put syrup on like pretty much everything. And they're like, I don't know what you're like, this is disgusting, but like I stomach it that way. And so that's like pretty much the first time that I use is around lunch.
Yeah, I'm an intermittent faster. Unfortunately, it's not helping my waistline much. But yeah, I'm usually not eating until about 11 or noon. So
yeah.
So
we couldn't play tackles.
No, I'm good on the sideline and behind a desk.
Nah, come on.
I'll keep it right there. So 6-3. I have to be honest with you. When we agreed to do this show, I'm thinking to myself, and I looked at your schedule, I went, shit, this team could be 0-4 after a month. What are we going to be talking about? Y'all know you have shocked the world to this point, right? Maybe not yourselves, but you hear the stuff. You're a smart guy. You have to know.
Well, I mean, I think everyone knows because of what we see online. You can't get away from it as much as you try to on social media. And shoot, our social media team blasts it like all the time. They're like, I think the latest one was I forget who it was or what website, whatever, had us winning 5.5 games.
Yes.
And so our social media team put up 5.5, you mean before the bye. And I was like, yeah, I mean, we're kind of doing our thing right now. So yeah, I mean, we know that outside of the building, we knew what the chips were stacked against us, and people were kind of counting us out. And I think for me, I'm like, all right, nice. Like, cool. We know what we have. We know what we're capable of. As long as, people keep kind of doubting us, then we'll surprise some people. But it has been, I mean, a hell of a run so far.
It's been incredible. I love the way you guys play with emotion. You've had some major injuries on the offensive side of the football. You lost your best playmaker in Breece Hall, who was a stud, and on my fantasy team, by the way. You haven't even had Mekhi Becton. You lost Elijah Vera Tucker, who was really developing there on the interior, and you haven't made any excuses. And this week, y'all went and beat possibly the best team in the NFL. And I imagine that is a sort of game that is a season changer for you guys. Like you came in 5-3 going, okay, played pretty well. But the fact we can look Buffalo in the eye and beat them, doesn't that do wonders for a young team?
I mean, for sure. I think I kind of alluded to this with some of the guys and like some of the Jets media. I think the main thing and the biggest indicator of a team is winning close games. And I saw Schefter tweeted out today, maybe it was yesterday, that 72 games have been decided by like 7 points or fewer through week 9, which is the most, I think most ever. And I think two things. I think the defining game for us right now was the Patriots game, because we lost that game and we shouldn't have. We gave that to us, and throughout our locker room and throughout the week was we let one go like that. That was a walk. That shouldn't have happened. We played terrible through and through, and so that to me was kind of like an eye opener for a team that we win close games for the most. Like we have won all of those close games that we've been a part of, and I think that's huge. I think that is what makes, and like this is the second part. Like I think winning close games and kind of being on a run of winning those close games is what makes or breaks a team. And you kind of see it as like obviously you want to win by 100 points, but when it's close in the fourth quarter, because we've won those close games, it's like, all right, well, we're going to win this one. Like we don't bat an eyelash or an eyelid or what. Like we're just like, oh, cool. All right, well, defense will get a stop and we'll get the ball. Offense will make a play and we'll score and we're going to win the game. Or special teams, wow, we're gonna make a play on special teams. We're gonna pin them back deep so the defense can hold them, and then we're already in favorable field position. So we can, like, there's just so many things that go on in those games that when we're in a tight game, going down to the wire against the Bills, who, like you said, they're the Super Bowl favorites. They were the Super Bowl favorites, and they were favored to beat us by, I think at the start of the week, like 14 points, and then like 11 and a half, I think, as the week progressed. But you know, they were supposed to beat us by double digits, and in the fourth quarter it's that tight, and we're just like, okay, nice, like we're gonna win this game. Why? Because we've done it before. I don't care who's across from us, we're in a tight game in the fourth quarter, we're gonna win this thing. So I don't know, I think that's kind of that's that's what I'm gathering from this team is we just don't blink in the fourth quarter when it's close, and that's huge.
Yeah, no, that was enormous. And it was fun for us to watch. You know, we watch all the games together at NFL Network, and so we put you up on the big screen when that happened. We were like, this is big for the Jets. This is big for the Jets and their fan base. It was really, really cool to see, and hopefully continued success after the bye week. I'm curious. I want to talk about some bigger picture things here in the NFL. And obviously, some of the big news was what the Colts did, getting rid of Frank Reich, right? And then bringing in a former player, excellent player in Jeff Saturday, never coached in the NFL, never coached in college, coached in high school. Okay, good for you. I am bringing a high school coach into the NFL. I imagine you sat there and you were like, now, come on.
I was like, the only thing I thought, and I saw Carlos Dunlap tweeted this. He said, "Oh, immediately players coach." And I was like, "Yeah, he's going to be a players coach." I just like what? I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say like good or bad, because like what happens if the Colts come out and they just absolutely dominate? And it's like, oh,
right.
wow, that's the smartest thing in the entire world. Right now, I'm thinking, I don't know how smart that is. Like again, it's just, I think it's different being a coach and a player. I know for a fact that it is. Like I think about it all the time. I'm like, oh man, like what would I have called here though? Like I'm like, dang, like that's a tough play call. Not about our games, but just like watching football. Naturally, I'm like, I don't know if I would have called that play there, but then I don't know what I would have called in general. Like I don't know how I would have done this or that, or like game plan. I don't know. It's totally different. So, well, I'm interested to see how it does, but like initially, I'm just like, I don't know, man.
I don't know how guys in that locker room are handling it, because listen, everybody knows he was a great player, legendary,
right?
Really, really good player. But man, here's what I think. I think it's a slap in the face to the profession. you know how hard those coaches work. They
Right.
grind. Those position coaches grind. They are there at all hours. You all get to leave at 5:00. Might go home and watch film and stuff. Might stay late some days and watch film. They are there forever.
Oh yeah.
And I imagine it didn't go over great in the coaches' locker room, is my guess.
Yeah, you think about that just like you said, through and through. Like, I mean, talking to Mike LaFleur, like I think their day is Friday. I want to say Friday is their day that they for the most leave early. Early isn't 12 or 2, or it's like 5 maybe, right? Like they're still getting out there late, but I know, like you said, like it is a grind. Like Monday through Thursday, I know they are in there until like 8, 9, 10, like depending on who it is in the position and what they're, we have certain breakdowns of, all right, well, base downs, run game. All right, we got the red zone, we got third down. Like each day is kind of different and what we focus on. And so there's different coaches that kind of are like, all right, nice, I'm locked in on this. So I know I have a presentation the next day. I got to stay a little bit later. I'm leaving at 10 instead of 8:00 today. And yeah, I think if you think about it if I think about it from my coaches, it's like if my position coach was like, oh yeah, nice. Like I'm in a position to maybe be the head coach. And then all of a sudden it's like, no, you're not actually. Someone who's never done this is about to take your spot. He'd be like, excuse me? What did I just do all this work for? So yeah, I think it is an interesting thing. I actually hadn't thought about that until you just said that. That's a very interesting point of what about the other coaches?
Yeah. I probably went over like a fart in a spacesuit. Not really good.
Ooh,
got to be honest.
Wow, that is a very dad thing to say. Wow.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It wasn't very good.
Sorry. Yeah, got that stanky face working. My bad. Is there a guy that you have played with or against that you think would end up being like a really good head coach somewhere down the line? Or you're like, yeah, that dude's got it. Leadership, intelligence, communication skills, knows how to deal with people, all sorts of stuff.
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, off the top of my head, but I think the most obvious would be Andrew Whitworth.
Oh,
like, that's a pretty and I'm thinking straight offensive players here. Like that's where my mind goes.
Right, of course.
And so yeah, I would say, I mean, I think Whitworth would be an amazing coach. I think he's personable. He knows how to talk to individual guys differently, and I think, but he also, I don't know. I feel like Whit would be a really good coach now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, but let's be honest here. Whit ain't leaving that Amazon money.
No.
And
no shot.
Not when he can be wearing that nice little zip up that he's got every week and the little hoodie. And he's good. He's good traveling on Wednesday nights to go do a Thursday game so he can go back to his 600 kids he's got. I think that's a prerequisite for being on that an analyst on that panel. You have to have at least 4 kids.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I'm
trying to think if there's
between he and Fitzy's got like 500 kids.
So I think Phil Rivers is next. Then he's got to join that cast. He's got his own broadcasting thing.
I think he's already built his own football team.
Yeah, I think he has 11, doesn't he?
It's close. I thought 9 last I checked, but I haven't checked on their reproductive schedule yet.
I expect you to be on top of that one.
My bad. Philip, how are relationships going with you and your wife? All well? Oh, number 10's coming.
Okay,
great.
There we
February.
Go.
Perfect. Talk to you then. I'm good.
That's crazy.
Like I got 2. I'm good. I'm good with that.
See, I've always wanted, I mean, now it's, when I get married, it's however many my wife wants for sure. But growing up, I always wanted 5. Being an only child, I was like 5. I want 5. Like I want a basketball team of kids just dominating something.
Yeah. Well, we made a mistake. My wife and I talk about it all the time. So we got 2 boys who are great, 22 and 17, but we should have gone for a third. We knew it. We knew it too. mistake?
One of them just had a birthday. Yeah.
Thank you. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Good call, Josh. Yeah, he came home from San Diego. We just went to the Cavs Clippers game. That was his birthday gift, and we lost last night. We blew a 12-point lead with 4.5 to go, but still good. We're a solid squad. We're very excited in Cavs land.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Are you hoop guy? You grew up in Atlanta. Are you a Hawks guy or not?
Not really. I do watch. I'll turn on a game just to see what's going on. Just like, I don't know, regular season basketball is tough sometimes because I was looking and I was like, why is this person already like, we're 7 games in and they're not playing, like they're resting already? I don't understand what's going on here.
It's a little different than the NFL, man. Could you imagine if we did that in the
games.
NFL?
No, not like, hey coach, I'm probably gonna sit this one out.
Yeah. It's gonna take a maintenance. It's gonna take a maintenance day.
We need a little maintenance break just to get right for the next game. No, I mean it's different though. Like I honestly, thinking about running on a hardwood court for that many games hurts my knees and back just thinking about. So to an extent, I'm like, yeah, I mean they're big guys running on that court. I get it. But it's just it's tough for me to watch regular season basketball like night in and night out.
Yeah, I get it. Regular season's not great, but we've got a good, fun, young, exciting team. It's the first time sans LeBron where we have a good team in like at least 2 decades.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun. So my Browns have not had a great start to the season. They're coming off their bye week. A few weeks ago, they had a kind of a tough loss. I think it was in Baltimore. And there were reports after the game. You could hear yelling and screaming in the locker room afterward. They never definitively nailed it in, but Kevin Stefanski came out and Myles Garrett came out and they were like, that's just kind of typical NFL. Does that happen a lot more than we know as fans? Like, it's an emotional game. You only play 17 of them.
Yeah, I think, I actually, it's funny. I'm thinking about all these social media posts. I saw today, Budda Baker in the locker room for the Cardinals. He said something and he was talking about how he was sick of losing and how it hurts his heart and how they need to do more and they need more. And I think it does happen. It does when things aren't going, the way that you want to, or you feel like it's self-inflicted multiple times. It's a good thing. It's good to let that out. It's good for leaders and anybody who has a voice, to just say something, because, after a loss or multiple things not going right, and it's like the coach breaks it down and that's it. It's done. And it's just quiet. And then the next day you come back in and it's like, it's just this morbid feeling. It's just like, we just lost. Like, it sucks, whatever. And nothing's being said. And you just go through the motions throughout that day. You come in, you try to have, like, that's the thing. Like, you try to maybe have like this juice, this revitalized juice on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever. And then Sunday, same thing happens. It's like, well, something has to be said. Something has to give. It does happen. It happens probably more than Mike's pick up for sure. I don't know to what extent theirs was. I just know that I've been in the locker rooms where it has happened and things have been expressed very loudly and animated.
I imagine you're a great peacekeeper, though.
I like to think so.
Cause you know why? Because I know we've talked about this. Like it's the switch you have to flip to play football. But you're so smart and have a really good sense of humor and a good balance, from what I can tell, of football and life, to where you can talk to a lot of different people.
Yeah,
and I think that's a key.
I think my, like, I don't know, this is weird to talk about like your best quality as a person, but I think for the locker room, I think my best, like, outside of the off the field asset for the guys is, I think a lot of guys have things that they want to say and that sound good in their head and they just don't know how to articulate it. And so being able to talk to certain guys and figure out what's going on just in the locker room in general, and then bringing that group of people together and saying, hey, listen, this is exactly what everyone's saying. They just don't know how to, like, there's been guys who try to say stuff. It just sounds bad. And it's not that what they're saying is dumb. It's just like the way that they freak out in their head and they're not good at being able to piece things together. And so, yeah, I think for the most part, like that's what I've been trying to do with the young guys for sure. And just like, yeah, I don't know, kind of be like I don't know, a peacekeeper maybe. Yeah, just
A
saying what
mentor.
everyone's thinking. Say it again.
Yeah, I mean, a mentor. You're,
Yeah, right.
you know, I think that's good. I think it's
I
really
appreciate
important to have that role. That's good, man.
Yeah.
Along those lines, the social media video of, I'm sure you saw Kirk Cousins on the plane with the ice. And like, I think that was so good for him because a lot of the football world has laughed at Kirk Cousins because he's like the dorky dad.
Yeah.
You know, joke's on us because he's the guy who's raking in over $100 million. But, right, he's kind of and for him to be able to have fun at his own expense has got to be invaluable in a locker room.
Yeah, I think that's so awesome to see. Like, it's fun to see, like you said, someone who is like the dorky dad who, probably, and I don't know how that locker room is. And I could ask Conklin how he is as a person off the field and like things like that. But when you've got a team after a win and the boys are probably going to go out afterwards, and you've got guys with families like Kirk, who's like, yeah, no, I'm old, I'm gonna call it, I don't know, but you see him on the plane just going crazy like that. It's like, whoa. It's like, all right, this is my guy, this is who I'm playing for, this is who's under the helm and leading us to these victories. And that's to you, like, I mean, as a player, you love playing and fighting for a guy like that. And when I see that and like the fun that they're having, I'm like, that's what it's supposed to be. Like that is like, I love away games, not only because you like, you win away and you silence his fans, whatever, but the plane ride back is so fun. It's electric. So yeah, seeing that it's awesome.
Are you guys not? So you're not in your seats, buckled up?
For takeoff, we are. About 30 seconds until takeoff, we're not, and then 30 seconds after takeoff, we're probably not either. Just depend. Like, it depends. Like sometimes we're like, oh man, all right, we were a little too rowdy right before we took off. Let's settle in for a second. But for the most part, like we get it on the plane, and Will Parks sits in like 1F, maybe. I think he's first seat on the far right, and he has a speaker, immediately starts playing music. We're already going crazy. Like we're standing up, migrating around our little circles and talking about the game and just talking, like laughing, having a great time. And yeah, it's pretty much, I mean, it's a party afterwards.
Well, that's what the must have been like after Green Bay, man. What a good trip home that must have been.
It was a party afterwards. No, it was I will say, I gotta shout out Will Parks. He has the best music after a win. It's like it gets everyone going. It gets the people going. But no, it was. We all migrated up. So like the plane, there's 1 through 8, first class, and then 9 through I think 12 are also first class. But the 9 through 12 section like moves up to the 1 through 8 section so that we're just all around each other. And it was awesome. Like we were all just really we were going crazy, and some of the coaches ended up coming up just to talk to us and celebrate with us. And we're like, all right, you gotta go back. You're not part of the first class now. We won
back
this
in
one.
That's what happens, man. You told us you get a dub. Coaches in the back.
Coaches beat it. Get out of here.
Beat it.
But no, that game was fun.
I can't imagine. So I called one game in Green Bay. I called the game actually the day the Lions were the first team to go winless in a 16-game season. Ouch.
Tough.
Listen, Green Bay's great. It's a great place to watch a football game, play a football game. That's legend. There are not a lot of great hotels in Green Bay.
No.
Dude, what'd y'all do? You like have bunk beds and stuff?
No, so we were I think we were in Appleton.
Oh yeah.
So we were kind of a ways away, and it was nice. It was like that area. I was like, all right, cool. Like I think we went to get sushi. We did. I don't think we did go get sushi.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Sushi in Appleton.
Oh yeah. We thought about it afterwards and we are like, we probably shouldn't have done this. Like if our stomachs are messed up, like yikes. But no, we got sushi in Appleton. I forget even what the restaurant was. It was myself, Mike White, and Braxton. And we were just like, let's go somewhere. Like, let's not eat. Let's not eat at the hotel. Let's just, I don't know. So we walked across the street, got some sushi. It was pretty good, actually. There was one roll that was disgusting that the waitress was like, hey, you should get this one. It's my favorite. And we all took one bite and we were like, no.
Elk sushi. We just shot it outside. Elk, yummy. Let's have some moose sushi.
Moose sushi?
Hey, up there in Wisconsin, God knows anything might happen.
No, I would have been all for that. This roll, I can't tell you what it was, but I can tell you that it tasted like, like an old person's musk. It was disgusting. Like we all ate it and we were like, this is her favorite. Like, what do they got going on up here in Appleton? Like, is this the best seller? Like, this is not good.
Dude, it ain't Nashville. It's not LA. It's not New York. It's Appleton, Wisconsin.
That's fair.
Wonderful people. I went to camp up in Hayward, Wisconsin for 6 straight years. Loved it up there.
Okay.
Amazing. That's
Good
what they
cheese.
did. My parents, how screwed up is this? My parents never made my older brother go to camp, but they shipped my ass out for 8 weeks every summer. They're like, you got to go. Well, why doesn't Pete get to go? You know, Pete's a different child than you are. Does different mean favorite by chance?
For sure. 100%. Like, no, we want him around. You let us have time with your brother.
Yeah. We need a little break from you. We think it might be best. No problem.
Were you a talker? Like what's going on here?
Yeah, I was annoying. I was the last of 4. So yeah, annoying. Still annoying. Just, just shrink me down to size back when I was like 9 or 10. And then, yeah, I mean, I talked a lot.
Yeah, I mean, same.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah.
So what's the deal? You get to go to Nashville. How long? When do you have the whole rest of the week off? Like 5 straight days or something?
Yeah, we do. Shoot, we had today off. We had today till Sunday. We'll come back Monday. So yeah, I'm gonna go to Nashville. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna walk a lot, go to a gym, but just do some light stuff. Like I'm not gonna kill my body. This is an off week for a reason, and I'm gonna enjoy every minute of it. But yeah, we got some time. Like I was
Good.
excited that we got this much time.
Will you watch any NFL over the weekend or not?
Yeah, I will for sure. I'm gonna watch the Pats because we play them again, but outside of that, like I'll watch the Thursday night game with the boys probably because like the boys like watching Thursday night football, and I'll be there just for the camaraderie aspect of it more so than just like watching. But yeah, outside of that and watching the Pats, I'm shutting my mind off completely from football.
Do you, because you've played Belichick a few times now, having been in Cincinnati and now obviously in the same division. Have you ever like gone up and shaken his hand or anything?
I've not. No.
Any interest in doing that?
Probably not. No. Probably not. Yeah, I think he's an unbelievable coach, but no. Maybe when I retire.
Not on your bucket list.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Good enough. I shook his hand once. I did a Patriots game. He actually was rather enjoyable in those little meetings. You've done some of those TV production meetings. You're a good talker, so right? You've done a few of those.
Yeah, I've done my fair share.
Yeah, we don't ever get it. I just want to let you know, we don't get anything out of those meetings. It's just kind of fun to talk to the players.
Oh, sick. Nice.
No, well, from this standpoint, you don't ever give it. What I mean is you give us good human interest stories. Like if you played against somebody before, like I would have talked to, if we had been broadcasting the Jets Bengals in week 3 this year, I would have said, hey, we need CJ because he used to play. I need some good human interest stories. So those are the ones I would have hung on to if I were a broadcaster.
Right.
But as far as like strategically, you guys don't give us anything. Y'all are You all are conditioned to not say shit. I don't care whether you play for the Patriots, Jets, Bengals, or whomever.
Well, and it is funny because, we give you, it's the same generic answer almost every single time. How's their defense? They're good. They fly around on the ball. They're fast. How are you going to attack that? Well, we have a game plan. I'm not going to, I don't know. We have a game plan. We'll figure it out, So, yeah, that does make sense that it's more of a personal level of
That's it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
You don't have any friends on the Patriots or anybody, right? Do you?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, Hunter Henry and we used to play video games a fair amount. And now he has a wife and kids, and he's like, yeah, what am I going to do? I'm going to come home and say, hey, sorry. I know you've been taking care of the little one all day, but that's what he said to me. He was like, what do you want me to do? You want me to shut my door, lock it, and say, sorry, I can't hang out with you all right now after getting home at 6 o'clock? I was like, yes, that is exactly what I want you to do.
Exactly. Just fake it and just say, hey, you know what, opponent, I got to study some game film. Then throw it on a headset.
And he's on the headset cussing, and his wife's like, what are you cussing at? Oh no, you just the play. I saw a play that might work.
That Will linebacker's really good, honey.
Yeah, exactly.
Really good.
Right.
I'm worried about him. What are you playing the new Call of Duty?
I am actually. Yeah, I've been playing a fair amount. It's pretty good.
So one of the new characters on there, Hudson, I think is his name. I think that's his name.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
All right. Well, that's our guy Farouk from BattleBots, our announcer.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Yeah, he made it in the new Call of Duty.
Wait, is he on campaign?
Whatever the new one that came out.
Well, yeah. Well, he's probably on campaign. I haven't played the campaign yet, so I'm gonna have to listen to that.
Yeah.
Give that a listen.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
How does that happen? I see all these people in video. I want to what?
Oh, how he got that gig?
Yeah.
Well, he's got a great voice, first of all. So he's an actor, but he's also a voiceover artist like his wife. And he got put up for the role and ended up getting it.
Nailed it, awesome. Of course. God, yeah. That's so awesome.
Yeah. It's not a bad thing to do. Although those video games, those are tough. I read one time for Madden, actually, to be one of the guys for Madden. They were thinking of doing I don't know what it was, studio something or other. So they have you read the same line 20 different ways.
Really?
Like, oh, yeah. After a while, it gets in your head. You're like, wait a second. Did I already do that type of, it's third and 5? Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's not being on a video game, I think, is really cool. You get to say you're on it. The work ain't glamorous.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I'll let that one. I'll set that to the side for now.
Yeah. Well, you got a few more years of this.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, good. Well, listen, it's great to catch up with you. I'm happy you get almost a full week where you don't have to do anything with your body or your mind and just get to be a human being.
Yeah,
so exciting.
It's going to be super nice. Also, you still owe me a dinner. I don't know if you know this or not. But
I know.
You still owe me a dinner.
I know. I'm not blowing this off. I hate owing people anything. I'm the guy that pays my bills early because I just don't like it. So I felt awfully that it's just we were doing a lot of work at that time, and the baseball playoffs kind of snuck up on us. So I don't know the next time I'm heading east. But who knows? Maybe I'll see you at the Super Bowl.
There we go. Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing New Year's?
Yeah,
I'm sure you probably have something going on.
Well, I mean, I'm working because I think we have games. It might be New Year's Day this year, don't we?
Yeah. So we play the 31st in Seattle.
Oh, right.
But we stay the night there. After the game we're staying. And I think we might get there 2 days early as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I for West Coast games, I love that. I love being able to get there, not day before and having your body freak out on you, and you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning well, this sucks.
Hey, by the way, that could end up being a huge game if y'all keep we thought maybe that might be the battle for top 10 picks. Gino's balling. He's going to be fired up against his old team. You guys might be playing for something big.
Yeah.
It's going to be, that might be a Sunday nighter.
I literally was going to say that game honestly might get flexed. Well, we still have some.
Don't get into the football speak on me. You can
nah,
dare
we
to
still
dream
got
a little bit.
we still got some work to do. I haven't even thought that far in advance, to be honest. I'm thinking about this Thanksgiving game before anything else. Have the fam up for that, but yeah, no, that would be epic. Flexed for New Year's.
You could have won a lot of money if you wanted to say, I'm going to bet that for December 31st, that Seahawks Jets will be flexed to Sunday Night Football. You would have won a lot of money.
I'm sure there's a bet out there somewhere. If not, I'm sure there's gonna be a bet after this.
Some degenerate will be out there starting that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, listen, dude, great catching up with you. Really appreciate the time. Enjoy your time off. Hope your pup gets to Nashville safely. And we'll chat in a few weeks. Maybe, 8-3 or whatever. I'm not here to put any pressure on you, but just saying.
8-3? I mean, that sounds good to me.
All right, we'll catch up. Shout out to our producer extraordinaire, the one and only Dan Rourke. That is CJ Uzomah of the New York Jets. I am Chris Rose. We'll see you next time here on the Chris Rose Football Show with CJ Uzomah. Thanks for tuning in.